I'm sorry?
That time already went through.
Oh, 9 already went through?
Should be watching.
She's watching.
Are we back, Josh?
Oh no, don't start live video. What am I doing?
I didn't get the notice.
I think we're back.
Oh, yes, we are back. Hello. Sorry about that, folks. I hope that everybody's going to reconnect to us. We don't know what happened. That was an internet glitch. The gremlins were alive and playing with an internet connection. So hopefully we'll be smooth sailing for the balance of the show.
Also a great movie.
Pardon me?
Also a great movie.
The Gremlins, it absolutely is. It may be one of the first movies we play when we come back, because it'll be nothing from Hollywood.
That one and The Goonies.
The Goonies, yes.
Also fantastic.
Yes, we love the Goonies. Okay, so let's move on. We have question number 10. Which is the official animal of Canada?
Oh, good one.
Yeah,
Moose, beaver, goose, polar bear.
interesting. It's not a beagle. It is, of course, a beaver.
The beaver.
And I love beaver tails.
Me too. Fantastic. We should have gotten some of those.
We should have gotten some of those. That would have been an iconic. We should be giving those out as awards.
It'd be difficult to eat on TV though.
It would be
Right?
pretty much eating anything
Difficult
on
for
TV.
people to watch.
Anything-
This is true.
Yeah.
I have
Not
no
for us
problem with
to
eating it on TV. No.
And everybody got that, of course. I mean, everybody knows it's a beaver. Leave it to beaver. I played that joke twice now. I'll come up with a new joke next time. Okay, let's move on, Josh. Oh, we're at question 10.
That's
my
it,
goodness.
yeah.
Okay, well, that's the end of our first segment. And I think that for this segment, I don't know what the heck, that the whole thing with the breakdown just
Threw
totally
it.
messed me up. So let's ask, what's going on with DOTG these days?
What is going on? You know what?
Hold on a second. You guys are part of Virtual Canada
We
Day
were.
at the town of Oakville.
Yeah, we had a great time. So we had a presentation of Mamma Mia.
Oh,
So I
very
had
nice.
a couple of the performers who plays the lead, Sophie, and then two actresses, Diana and Nicole, did their performance of Honey Honey. And so we edited it all together and it was kind of like a distanced filmed version of Honey Honey. But it was great just kind of give another sample of one of the songs that we're hoping we're going to see. I mean, we haven't made a final decision on what's going to happen at the end of September to see where we're at with bringing Mamma Mia to the Oakville Center for the Performing Arts.
Right.
But it's we're watching what's happening with the rest of the theater world, and Broadway just extended their closure.
That's crazy that Broadway's gone for
So,
the rest of
to the-
2020.
I know, and it's
It makes sense.
It does
Because those crowd, you can't run a Broadway show on 25% capacity.
No, and
There's
you
no way
think
you
about
can afford it.
how much you're spending to put
Yeah.
on a show, and you're bringing 100 people in that work behind the scenes just to make a show happen, and
Yeah.
you have to get them out safely and bring them back for
Yeah.
a 2-show day, and it's just not.
It's a shame, but
not feasible.
it's as they say, it's a shame, but it's understandable. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have to understand that just makes total sense, and it's a safe move.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And we do wish them well. I don't know what the situation is in Canada. I haven't heard about Mervis shows.
Well,
Have you?
Mervis started it actually. Mervis was the first one. If you're looking between Broadway and Mervis, to say we're going to start up in January 2021. January 2021. So they moved their season. So everything, and they're doing a condensed season, so they're not doing as many shows. But they are looking to start with the the Andrew Lloyd Webber sequel to Phantom of the Opera.
Very cool.
So but they were the first to kind of say we're not doing shows until 2021.
Thinking of sequel to Phantom of the Opera, I wish they'd do a sequel to Les Miserables.
Does it be poutine?
Yeah.
That would be a very interesting sequel.
Kind of
It
difficult
should
to
be.
do.
It should be Canadian, just
It
so that
should
we
be.
can add a nickel back
We
into
could
the score
definitely do,
It should be.
and have poutine.
Lay
beaver tails.
Nicolabra.
There you go. I like it.
I like that.
So what have you got on the agenda these days?
A lot. You know what? I will say this, and I think every other parent will also say this. I'm really happy that school is out.
Really?
I'm really happy that school is out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. So we've been spending a lot of time together. We got some bikes, spending some time outside. And that's kind of been it, just spending a little bit more time with our family. And as you know, we've got 3 kids, so that's we're right where you were when you were having the craft dinner with the peas and the tuna.
That's right. Yes.
We're right in the thick of that.
I hope
But
you're
there's
not
no
doing-
craft dinner
I was
with
gonna
peas and
say,
tuna.
don't do that to your children.
There's none of that. But we're right there right now.
There was another incident with ham lasagna that I don't even want to go into right now. But I've become a better cook in particular. I can boil spaghetti now,
Oh, I like it.
and I make
That's
a
a
heck
great
of a
idea.
popcorn.
You
Yeah.
do.
I do, yes.
You do. That I will. So that's a lot of that. We're looking forward to the summer.
Yeah,
Our kids are looking forward to not getting yelled at about doing their homework.
I can understand that.
That's basically where we're at right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's hard. You can't discipline them and say like no computer for you, but
Exactly.
like that's school.
That's
Yeah,
school.
that's right. Yeah.
And I'm not an educator. And like, thank you, hats off to every educator that's out there because, oh my goodness. I guess it's different taking care of somebody else's kids
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
opposed to
True.
your own,
Yeah.
right? Oh man.
Well, we
That's
have,
where
getting back to our second session, we are going back into our second set. We have Jeff the Red in first, DMT in second, and
Uncle
we
Bob.
have Uncle Bob in third.
Kniffen's right up there at number 4, not too far off.
Nope.
So yeah, everybody's doing very well. I'm very
Yeah.
proud of you. I'm very proud of everybody.
Yeah.
And now I'm curious, in social media, would you let us know where you're from? I mean, are we all an Oakville audience? Are there folks from outside of Oakville? Are there people outside the country?
Yeah.
So let us know in our social media comments, and we'll check back in during our next break. So let's move on to question number 11, please.
Which province and territory previously had polar bear shaped license plates?
Ooh, yeah. New Brunswick, Alberta, Northwest Territories, Yukon.
Once in a blue moon, you see somebody driving
an old one?
around in the area with these plates.
Yeah.
And it's like, how
Wow.
did they get down here?
You kind of gave it away, saying how'd they get down here.
Well, I mean, it could be New Brunswick.
That's true.
But I said it
Northwest
late
Territories.
enough. I said
That's
it late
true.
enough.
This is true.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That whole YouTube thing just completely has me fried. But everybody got it right. Probably
That's
because
a
of me.
keeper of a license plate, not like the blue ones that just was released and then
And then had to be
retracted.
taken away.
It's like,
The license
whoops.
plates you can't see at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like tried to change the motto, but then they went back to the
Yeah.
or,
No, I think they're just going. They're going back to our our old
Original
white and
model,
blues.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yours to discover.
yeah.
Okay, question 12.
Which animal is found on the 25-cent coin? Beaver, caribou, goose, or bear? Yeah.
I thought it was a cat. I thought it was the Canadian calico.
This is the caribou.
Caribou.
It is.
Yeah. The goose would be on the Film.Ca coin, I would think.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, you know, you told me about it, like your sitcom.
Oh, coming distractions. Oh, that's
showed-
right. Yeah.
It was. You shared the story of how there was
Yeah.
actually a real goose attacking
Yeah.
customers at this theater.
So if you don't have a clue what Tim is talking about.
No, yeah, it's not the day drinking, folks.
Yeah,
Believe me,
exactly.
there's truth to the story.
So we, in addition to running a movie theater, which is our core business, we also produce film and television. And so one of the things we did in 2018 is we produced a pilot for a TV show called Coming Distractions. And it's about a movie theater. It's about working in a movie theater.
Okay.
So it's a workplace comedy, kind of like The Office kind of thing, but with fewer stars. Although the talent was fabulous. Anyway, it's about working in a movie theater. And the interesting thing is that our colleague, Mark Grant, who I tasked with the job of writing something funny, he basically took all the stories that we downloaded to him from my career largely in the cinema business,
Wow.
all the crazy stuff that went on, the video game that displayed inappropriate things by accident, and the manic goose that was chasing people through the parking lot. They all happened. And so if you want to watch that pilot, I wish I could put it up on the screen, you can go to comingdistractions.ca and you can actually watch the pilot. And if you own a television network, my email address is jnoel@film.ca, and we work really cheap. We have great scripts, and we're ready to produce as soon as we can drop the social distancing.
Pamela Anderson, we're talking to you.
Yeah, Pamela.
easily.
Pamela, we have a role for you as
Exactly.
Totally.
well. You could play the goose. Okay, let's move on to question 13.
Which person is not a Canadian author? Ooh.
I knew this one off the bat because I am a big reader.
Okay.
A big reader. And I will say this, all the Margaret Atwood stuff that's been coming out on Netflix, fantastic.
Yeah.
It's been so good.
It's my wife's go-to show.
It is so
Yeah.
so good. I'm assuming that we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for the next season.
I think they just started production when everything went
Did
crazy.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Tom Wolfe. Lawrence Hill.
So
was-
like, they're still going with Handmaids.
yeah,
yeah,
it was
I believe so.
renewed.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going past where the books went.
It already
Right.
has, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's way past.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then, but she brought up like the follow-up book, Testament.
She did, and then I read that, and that was also very, very.
Now,
good.
do you
Yeah.
know the connection between Handmaid's Tale and Oakville?
I do not.
Oh, do you?
I'm worried.
Are you?
Keep going with this story.
Our council has reverted to a. No, I'm just kidding. No, the scenes. Actually, they were pretty horrible scenes. The scenes where the prisoners were being executed in the first season,
Yeah.
where you see all of the handmaidens
Mm-hmm.
in front of a stage with. I don't remember the characters' names, but with the head of the handmaidens. I think that's who she is.
The lady, the woman.
The lady,
Yep,
telling
yep.
them all about the terrible things that these men have done. They had
Yeah.
to pick somebody that would be stoned or hung. I can't remember which anyway, that scene happened here in Oakville.
Did it really?
At Coronation Park in
No
our band
way.
in our band shell. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So we have a connection to the
So
movie.
do they keep going back? Because
They have a couple times.
Okay, because that happens a few times in the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. It's
wow.
the same set.
Wow,
So
I never
they
knew
used
that.
the band shell at Coronation Park, and the church just up the street
Yep.
was the base camp, as we call it in the film industry, where everybody ate
is
and worked
crazy.
together. It was a large cast, so yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of exciting.
So I've seen them. So I work on Bay Street, and we see them walking up and down the street close to City Hall, because
Yeah.
all of those shots are right down there.
And it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to miss them.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Especially when they clear out Nathan Phillips Square.
Yeah,
for,
exactly. Yeah.
For filming.
So it's either Handmaid's Tale or it's a remake of The Flying Nun.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I
Flying
believe
Nuns.
you also started. You
I
made
did.
that. Yeah.
I started. What are you talking about? That would make me like 50. Oh my gosh. Never mind. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Which Canadian pop star was born in the same city as actors Rachel McAdam and Ryan Gosling and Victor Garber?
Justin Bieber, Alanis Morissette, Shawn Mendes, and Carly Rae Jepsen. I worked with Ryan Gosling.
Oh, really?
Did you?
I did.
No
I did.
way.
I guessed on an episode of Breaker High.
Breaker High.
Yeah, it was sort of
Wow.
like his sort of big
remember that,
first
yeah.
series, and it was
Oh,
it
no
was
way.
a really cool sitcom, like I guess tween sitcom or teen sitcom concept
like-
about just high school on a cruise ship.
Of course, the
Okay.
answer is Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would have been London, because he's from London, isn't
Brantford.
he? Redford? Stratford?
Stratford.
Stratford.
Stratford,
Yeah.
yes.
Ah.
Yes. Close to London. Mm-hmm. And that's question 14. Let's move on to question 15.
What is Canada's largest land animal?
You can use your outdoor voice. You're mumbling.
I'm
Stop
mumbling?
Stop
Am I?
mumbling, Tim.
I think I'm choking on popcorn.
You're a thespian after all.
This one's tricky.
The animal that you would expect is not on here.
This is
No.
true.
Wood bison.
No connection, no relation to a woodchuck
Or woodpecker.
or woodpecker. Now,
I would be worried if that was our largest animal, if it was a
woodchuck
woodpecker.
or
No,
woodpecker.
woodpecker.
Yeah.
But both.
I thought it was a moose.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I always thought it was a moose
Me
because
too.
they're like the size of like
A car.
well, they're bigger than a car. They,
Yeah.
they can literally
Go over the top, right?
go over the top of a car. That's why you don't want to run into a moose.
Big SUV.
A big SUV.
What was
yes.
it? What was that show? Maybe it was
The
set in
Flying Nun?
Alaska. No.
No.
Northern Exposure.
Oh, Northern
That was a good
Exposure.
show. That was
a good
That was
show.
a great
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
That was a really good show.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to question 16. We're just letting the Northern Exposure thing just stop right there.
Oh, again, some
Family show, Jeff.
technical help. Who's
Who
the first-
was the first Canadian female solo artist to reach #1 on the U.S. charts?
You know who was also not on here? Who we thought, my husband and I? Alanis Morissette.
Yes. And of
Anne
course, it's
Murray.
Anne Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of Anne Murray.
You know, I'm
Nope.
not either. And
Nope.
probably I'm going to lose my citizenship for saying that
Yep.
because she's like a darling, but I'm not a big fan. I don't know what it is about her voice. I don't love her voice. Please don't hate me for this.
Well, look at Uncle Bob go. See, he
Bob.
was just kind of
He's just doing
he was
fantastic.
simmering there in
Yeah.
third, letting people believe they had the win.
I actually think that Jeff the Red is like playing, he's playing his bets here to, just pop in and out of first place periodically. I think he's got a strategy.
You think
I think so,
he's
too.
gonna come in
I
late?
don't know. I think Jeff the Red has a strategy. I think that people named Jeff have particularly good instincts. So,
Libby's a new number 3, I believe.
oh, that's interesting. We have
Yeah.
a new number 3. Are we? We're going on. We're still in our second set, I think, right?
Yeah,
Let's move on to our next question, please.
3 more.
Question number 17. In 1947, which province was the first to offer universal health care?
Ooh, PEI, New Brunswick, Saskatchewan, or Alberta?
There's a really cool follow-up question to this. I don't think it's actually in
No,
here. You know what the follow-up question might be?
no.
Okay. And of course, the answer
Saskatchewan.
is Saskatchewan.
Yep.
Tommy Douglas was the premier. He was the father of socialized medicine. But do you know who Tommy Douglas is related to in the movie world?
Michael Douglas.
Nope.
No.
That was too easy.
yeah.
Sutherlands.
I would have said Kirk or Michael
Yeah.
The
Douglas.
Sutherlands. He is
Ah.
he is Donald and
Kiefer.
Kiefer's he is Kiefer's grandfather and Donald's father-in-law, I believe.
Yeah.
Because his wife's name is Douglas, so I would be his father-in-law.
Wow.
So Kiefer's grandpa was the founder of modern-day
Wow.
another Canadian success story, Canadian medicine.
That is
I heard
crazy.
Kiefer was like shunned after doing flatliners, though. He didn't approve of that. No.
Flatliners has an interesting old Phil connection as well.
Really?
Did you know this?
Yeah.
No.
Flatliners, the second version of Flatliner, the sequel
the
to
remake.
Flatliners, the remake, was shot. A good part of it was shot at the old Oakville Trafalgar Memorial Hospital.
Really?
Yeah, they not the entire movie, but a good chunk of it was shot. Some of the hospital scenes were shot after the hospital was closed.
Wow.
Right here in town. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Would have
Okay,
never
let's
known.
move on. This should be an Oakville trivia show.
Yeah.
Which Canadian author has had their book turned into an Oscar-winning movie?
Ooh.
This one was a hard one.
Yes.
I don't have a clue, actually.
So the movie's Life of Pi.
Is it? Oh, it is.
book.
Okay, it was
Yep.
Life of Pi.
John Martel.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. See, it was tricky. Everybody
That
had
is-
trouble
yeah.
with that one.
That is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning something tonight. Okay, let's move on.
What is a pingo?
I don't know. Where would you find the phenomenon known as pingos in Canada?
Pingos.
I have no idea what a pingo is.
See, we started out really easy,
Yeah,
and
this
now
is
we're
tricky.
ramping up.
No idea what a pingo
Pingos.
is. Somebody tweet about it. Somebody tweet what a pingo is, please.
We need to know. We need to know what a pingo is.
Northwest Territories.
These 3
And
people.
nobody got that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this isn't one of those crowd per wrong
That's where
questions.
the bare license plate flicks off the car and hits your windshield. You're like,
Bingo! Bingo! That's it. That's exactly what it is.
yeah, that's
I'm worried looking at the results of this because we've always, Jazz, you don't know this, but crowd per always seems to have one mistake. And people lose their
I'm looking it up.
minds because they're
No
usually on.
way.
They're usually on. Like we had a mistake in the Star Wars trivia
Yes.
night, and we had a mistake actually in Walt Disney one.
No way.
Which that one stressed me right out. And then we had a mistake in the Harry Potter one as well.
See, that would have stressed me out.
Yeah,
Because I'm a big HP fan.
yeah. They actually said that Harry Potter had blonde hair.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It was a little more obscure than that, but anyway, it is.
so saying it's a frozen eruption bursting in slow motion from the tundra. That's a pingo.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a family show.
That's
Yeah.
what, you know what? That's why I said I'd leave it alone.
Okay.
Next.
Moving on to the last question of this set. So you want to read
Oh,
this
here we
for
go.
me?
Which famous Canadian actress plays Dr. Christina Yang on Grey's Anatomy?
I'm a big Grey's fan.
I was in the beginning, and then it
Yeah.
became a little too
You
soap
fell off?
opera. Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
feel
thought
like
the beginning
last-
they really nailed it. You know what? And you know which Doctor show is nailing it is New Amsterdam.
I have not been watching
Watch that.
You know,
Okay.
Great one.
I am not a hospital
Drama fan?
drama fan.
Do you like
I-
legal dramas?
I love legal dramas.
I hate
actually.
them.
Do you really? Well, you're a lawyer.
Yeah, it makes me mad
Yeah,
when
and
they
I'm-
get
of course,
wrong.
and I'm a surgeon.
I like Law and Order.
Law and Order's, but like
That's-
Good Wife, and then
Good
and
Wives.
Then,
Good Wives. I didn't think it was that legally. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
It was the storyline that made Good Wife good, and
Yeah.
I think that that's what I really liked about it. But like something, and I know I'm going to get crucified for saying this, but Suits.
I never watched Suits.
Oh, you be careful now, girl.
yeah.
you be careful.
That's royalty. You're talking about royalty.
You're talking royalty.
You are talking
and
royalty.
more Oakville connections.
That's and I do appreciate the fact that they shot so much of it in Ontario and
Yeah.
Oakville. However, some of the legalese is actually incorrect.
Man.
So it gets.
What are you, an
but it was the
American
same-
Wire or something?
But that was.
Oh, hold on.
But that was the thing. It was the same. Like how you're talking about Grey's Anatomy, you just kind of fell off. Like it was the same kind of thing. Like how many years can you get by without a law license and not having gone to school? Like how many years can you
Clearly
really
8.
get by?
Clearly 8.
Right, exactly. Clearly.
Now, I want to tell you one thing that really bothers me about Suits, and this is a bit of a soapbox for me. And I won't give you the 30-minute version. I'm going to give you the 30-second version. It drives me crazy when productions that are based in Toronto can't say they're in Toronto. So Suits, totally based in Toronto.
Yep.
It's based in New York.
Yeah.
But like Flashpoint did that as well. Like they were clearly based in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
So Hollywood North, my colleagues of the CMPA and other organizations in Canada, start being proud of your country. This is Canada after all.
Yeah.
Talk about the fact. There was a movie, and I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to remember it soon. That was based on a comic book.
Scott Pilgrim
That's
versus
it.
the World.
Yeah, and that was one of the first ones
Yeah,
that actually
like clearly said
yeah.
they were in Toronto.
One of the biggest ones that annoyed me was Short Circuit 2. I don't know if you remember this. I'm really dating myself.
Okay, first off, that should just annoy you
Well,
flat out.
that's
It's
true.
Short Circuit 2.
All shot in Toronto.
We got Johnny Five was alive in the first one. We don't have to
That's
go through
right.
this all
Well,
again.
Johnny Five should be Canadian.
It's true.
Because that was the movie. That was one of the movies where they actually raised the American flag above Queens Park.
Really?
Yeah, and I was working there at the time, and it was quite the
The stir.
stir, to say it mildly. So you know what? I have no issue with the great cities of America. But if you're shooting a film in Canada, don't be afraid to say you're in Canada. I mean,
No.
Yeah, you're here.
Americans aren't going to say, Toronto? What's Toronto? is that like in Denmark? They know what Toronto is. For Pete's sake, be proud. Like, talk about your... Anyway, sorry. Soapbox ended. Okay, let's move on. Jeff the Red's in number 1. Uncle Bob is in number 2. And Chilliwack... No, sorry, what is that?
Gong, 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 so gong.
Canada.
How do you
Get
even
it?
say that?
Canada, but
Oh,
it's
Canada, of course.
Canada.
I need
CANADA.
the monitors to be closer to me because I can barely
true.
read that. But that is a very clever phonetic spelling of Canada.
It sure
Thank you
is.
for that. Okay, last question of this set. It's not. I'm wrong.
We're done.
We're done this set. Okay, so you know what we haven't done? We haven't actually played the national anthem during our show, and that is an abomination. Especially after my soapbox performance now
This
about
is true.
being proud of Canada. So
Yeah.
we have the national anthem. So ladies and gentlemen, rise for the national anthem.
Take up my hat.
I am so sorry about that. William Shatner singing "O Canada" is truly something you got to hear. I'm not sure what happened to our file. I really apologize for that. When the show's over, not now, when the show's over, go to YouTube and Google William Shatner, "O Canada." If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth watching.
You missed it. When Jeff found out that the sound wasn't playing, he just yelled, "Con!" And it was the most epic. I lost my headband, but it was epic.
I think I may have gotten it on tape.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll share that after everyone.
Yes, we can share that afterwards. It's a very good National Film Board little short film, William Shatner singing "O Canada." And of course, everybody knows that William Shatner is, in fact, from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Canada. He's actually from Canada. Anyway, let's move on. This show is so fraught with technical difficulties. Oh my goodness.
It makes it real.
It makes it real.
It does.
You
It does.
can't, this is live television,
Yeah.
folks, and you can't get entertainment like this anywhere else.
No, I can't
Definitely
watch.
not
I
at
can't watch
Cineplex.
Ellen's Game of Games anymore because it's too polished. It's horrible.
Well, you can say a lot of things about this broadcast. Polished is not one.
No.
Of them. No.
Nope, definitely not.
Mr. Josh, are we ready to move on to our next question, please?
Here we go. How many seasons did the
Ooh.
Canadian TV show Degrassi: The Next Generation have? So I think this is the one without Drake.
Well, I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, because
Drake was
are
in
we
the
going
first
into the next
generation.
generation? Well,
I don't
this
think
is-
he went into the next generation. I think he was the first generation.
No, he wasn't the first generation.
He wasn't.
No. The first Degrassi Junior High was
Yeah.
like
When was that?
Those were little kids.
When
those
was
were
that?
way back.
Oh,
that was
late 70s.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you
Yeah.
go then. So maybe he was.
yes, he would have been part of the next generation.
14 seasons.
14.
But like the
14
first Degrassi,
seasons.
that's like the Joey Jeremiah,
Yeah.
the Snake,
Yeah.
like the
Really, really, really awesome production values.
very. Yeah, if anybody has the very first iPhone, your camera is still better than what they shot that on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, an iconic show, very much an iconic show, and very Canadian. Although
Yeah.
it,
Very
I got
Canadian.
to tell you, it did very well. I believe it was Nickelodeon was playing the latest iteration in the United States, and it did very well
did.
in the States. Yeah. Okay, Jeff the Red's in number 1, Uncle Bob number 2, and Canada is in number 3.
I'm gonna plug the theater really quickly because
please.
you would not believe the smell from the pizza right now,
Oh my God.
and it's making me very, very,
It's
very
incredible.
hungry. I'm
Yes.
not gonna. I'm gonna spare everyone and not eat the pizza on screen.
Yes.
Why?
But like, why?
But Jazz, do you know that you can order that pizza?
You sure can.
Take out your phone right now and go to Skip the Dishes.
Yep.
Or you can drop by. We can actually make a pizza for
You
you right
sure
here.
can.
Bryn is very lonely. She's like the Maytag repairman.
That's
She
right.
normally is one of the producers.
Yes.
And tonight she is styling on the snack bar, and nobody is here.
Yep.
Nobody's here.
If you're gonna order the
Pizza's-
pizza?
the pizza's sad.
KD and pepperoni
It's
special.
very sad pizza.
Ooh, Katie pepperoni
on pizza.
special.
That'd be kind of weird.
Interestingly enough,
Somebody might want that.
You've
had a Katie pizza?
Well, we used to work with a pizza restaurant that is no longer with us, unfortunately, and
Oh.
they used to supply us our pizza, and they had a mac and cheese pizza.
No.
And it's actually,
But was it Katie?
Yes, they did. They did.
It was actually
It was
KD on
actually
it.
KD. And we are planning on potentially offering that on a periodic basis once we reopen. It's as a kind of a fun thing to do.
is
I
crazy.
totally forgotten about it. And somebody reminded me about it the other day and said, you should get that macaroni and cheese pizza back again. I was like, okay, I can do
Yes.
that. We can
Totally.
do that. It's going to involve some experimentation in the Film.Ca laboratory to get the recipe just right.
Yes.
But,
as long as you don't put it in the tuna salad.
No.
Although tuna salad pizza.
That does
No.
not, no. It doesn't sound good.
Okay, let's move on to our next set of questions. Oh no, we already did that.
Ooh.
We did. We are in the middle of our next set
When
of
was the
questions.
toonie first introduced?
That's tricky. The question is going to depend on how old the viewers are.
Yes.
Honestly.
I still have a $2 bill.
Good for you.
I have a pristine, beautiful $2 bill. I'm
Keep
very
that.
proud of it because people
Really?
just particularly when you tell
96.
people from the other side of the border about your $2 bill, they go like,
Huh?
"What now?
What?
What now?
Huh?
Huh?" And the answer is, I can't read
It was
that.
96.
96.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The Toonie's been with us for a while.
It has been.
Yes, not as long as the Looney though.
No.
No.
The first loony was way back in the 1800s, and
Now,
his
they
name
do-
was Larry.
I'm just concerned that when the $5 coin comes out someday, it's going to be the Foonie.
The toonie.
Okay, on that note, let's move on to.
That was a dad joke.
Yeah, I know. Dad jokes. It's not Father's Day, it's Canada Day. No dad jokes. Which NHL player was first to score 50 goals in a season?
Ooh. See, Gretzky is the obvious answer.
You think so?
It's true.
I think so. But I don't know if that's true.
But the first, right? So
Exactly. So it could easily not be him.
And the answer is?
Ah,
It's the
Richard.
the Rocket Richard. Yeah.
See,
And
a lot of
that's-
people.
People know they're. A lot of folks were on your side,
They were?
and they thought as you thought, and and that's where I was thinking of Brantford.
Yeah.
Wayne is from Brantford. That's why I said
That's
I
true.
was mixing him and Justin Bieber up.
That's true.
Because they're basically
Yeah.
they're basically
Two incredible hockey players.
they're like doppelgangers.
Yep.
Okay, question 24, please.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I know this. We read this.
I would hope everybody knows
Yeah.
this one. Everyone should know this one.
We do a Remembrance Day ceremony in Ward
Mm-hmm.
5 at the Trafalgar Memorial, and we make sure that we actually recite this poem every year, along
do.
with Why Wear a Poppy, two very important poems
Mm-hmm.
to really illustrate, the devastation of of war. So, and
Mm-hmm.
of course, it's John
John
McCrae.
McCrae.
Yep.
Everybody
There we
knows
go.
that.
See, I'm so proud. I'm
Yay!
so proud of
our
you.
Canadian brethren. Thank you for getting that right. Okay, let's move on to question 25.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Which Canadian actor played the roles of James T. Kirk and T.J. Hooker?
Pretend you heard nothing before.
Exactly.
Pretend you heard nothing.
Actually,
at
you know
all.
what? They did hear nothing before.
Exactly.
That's
No,
right.
they
Pretty
actually
much
did.
There was
leading right up to
nothing
this.
from this man's
Me-
mouth.
And the answer is
William.
William
Shatner.
Shatner.
I will say this: Chris Pine actually did a really good job in the reboot.
I like the reboot.
Me
I'm
too.
very
I really
sad
do
that
too.
it all got
Yeah.
kind of shut down and they were
Yeah.
going to make more.
Yeah.
Well, they still will.
Yeah.
No, they just seem like they really kind of halted everything after the third one. They didn't do as well as they'd hoped.
There's
so-
one in the books.
Really?
Yeah,
there?
there's one in the books. Yeah.
Because I know,
for them.
they were bringing back Hemsworth, right? There was going to be this like crossover.
I
and-
haven't heard that it was canceled. It's on the books. I mean, everything is obviously put off
Right.
with.
I hope so. I love
Another
them.
Canadian in those first two reboots too, with the Admiral. I've forgotten his name now.
Oh,
Why am I forgetting his name?
Brian. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Green
The guy
You're
that's
right.
the captain.
Pike. He plays Pike.
He
in
Oh,
plays
that.
right.
Pike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something green.
I don't remember.
Last name is Green something. I don't-
Somebody needs to tell us on social media.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody look it up for us, please, and let us know.
Yep.
Let's move on to the next question.
Oh, new third place by the way.
We'll have to figure that out next time. Jazz, you want to read that for
Sure.
us?
Which of the following aspects of Canada is the longest of any other country in the world? Ooh. Coastline, anthem, distance to another country, or the drive coast to coast. Huh.
Did you know that Canada has 15 stanzas? It's not stanzas.
Well-
Sorry, 15 parts.
Well, we would have been able to hear that if we were hearing William Shatner
That's true.
over the break.
That's true. Oh,
It was a good break.
Canada, our home and.
See, look at this.
native
This
land.
very smart audience.
Oh, Canada doesn't
today.
have 15 stanzas, by the way.
No.
Is stanza the right word?
For
A break in a song,
No,
I guess.
no. When it's like I'm going my.
well, Sansa's more poem, but like when
No,
you're
it's-
when you're
What is it when like after the chorus? So it's the part of the song, chorus, next part of the song. What's that called again?
well, it's the lyrics, but
No, no.
No, there's a thing for
I know
it.
it's escaping me. I'm trying to figure out like
No, you.
green something. And you're on,
We hired you at a very high salary to be our music expert
I
here.
have to give back my popcorn now.
Verse.
Verse. There it is.
Verse.
Oh my goodness.
Second verse, same
Yes,
as the first.
there is not 15 verses to O Canada.
No.
Apparently there are 2 though. And if you go to the Oakville Prayer Breakfast every year,
Yes.
they always sing the second verse. And I always look like one of the smartest people in the room because I actually know all the words to it because I've been going to that event so long.
Interesting.
Yes, everybody else is going, huh? There's a second verse? Okay, moving on to question 27.
How many times has Canada hosted the Olympics? Ooh. I think this is also one of those things that you have to be old enough to remember.
Could be. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
unless you just have like great trivia knowledge about the Olympics, which I don't. It's interesting that the Olympics is also going to be postponed.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it could even get
For like not
canceled
completely
altogether
gone.
if they can't get back.
Man,
Three.
3 times.
And what were they? There was Montreal,
Vancouver.
Vancouver. That was Winter Olympics, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No idea.
Burlington.
Yes.
But didn't
It was Calgary.
Burlington? It was Calgary. I was like, Burlington. It's like, wow, there's everything happens in Halton.
That's right. Everything happens in Halton. That's our new slogan.
We did have the Commonwealth Games in Milton.
That's true. Well, we
Yeah.
had them. There were several venues throughout Halton
Yep.
region. Yeah.
Yep.
The velodrome. One of my favorite words in the English language, velodrome. It really sounds like it's something science fiction, but it's a bike race course
Velodrome.
in a building.
Really?
Velodrome
Yeah.
sounds like it should be a movie theater.
It really does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Film.Ca velodrome.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I love it.
Jeff the Red is still in first place. Uncle Bob has moved. See, I told you about Jeff the Red.
Yes.
He just keeps
He's
playing.
doing some
He's like
flip-flopping.
building confidence in other folks, and he
Yes.
says, "Nope,
Yeah.
nope, you're
I
not
got
going to win.
this.
I'm going to jump up to number 1."
Uncle Bob, I think he's just doing his little like, I'm gonna let you have a bit of a gap.
Yep. And I can't read the third.
The Bozaks.
The Bozaks. I think
Bozaks
the
are back.
The Bozaks are
Yep,
back.
they play.
Yeah.
Isn't that a song? Bozaks are back.
No.
It was
No?
well, it was Wayne Gretzky or Justin Bieber that sang it. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was Wayne Gretzky.
Oh my, thing keeps going.
Okay, let's move on to our next question. Question 28.
What cartoon character was based on a Canadian black bear?
Ooh.
I don't really like the way this question's written
No.
because
What?
well, I'll explain to you once the answer is known.
Oh, I think I know why.
And of course, there's Winnie the Pooh.
Pooh, yeah.
Yes.
Winnie the Pooh didn't start out as a cartoon character.
No, he didn't.
He
No.
started out as basically the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which is
Yeah.
a series of
Right.
books for children.
Yeah.
Now, there were pictures of the original Pooh Bear in the books, but he certainly wasn't a cartoon character in the traditional sense. But
No.
anyway, that's my second soapbox for the night. Well, we're very proud of Winnie the Pooh. He's a Canadian bear.
Yes.
He sure is.
Walt Disney, are you listening? He's a Canadian
He
Canadian
is a
bear?
Canadian bear.
Okay.
Even though he has a British accent in movies.
No,
Yeah.
everything sounds better with a British accent, I find.
Sure. Loyalist.
Even in movies, the evil Russian spies always have a British accent.
They do.
I
Almost
just think it
everyone
works
does.
better. Pardon me?
Oh, almost everyone does.
That's
Any
true.
villain usually is British.
Well, the entire empire in
Yes.
Star Wars.
That's right.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a Commonwealth far, far away, long, long ago.
More
Okay.
like the creation of a Commonwealth far, far away.
That's right. Question 29. Which Canadian highway is the longest in the world?
Oh, that is.
it's-
Oh, well,
It's Joe Cocker.
yeah.
Or Tom Cochran.
Tom
That was what
Cochrane.
I was trying to
Yeah,
think of.
that's right.
Tom Cochran.
Well, it's got. I was just thinking maybe you'll know this. It must be the 401 because we're talking about all these people that are on the way.
But
Like,
look,
there's a Wayne
401's
Gretzky.
not on there.
Yes,
no, that's
they
the
are.
longest travel on
I guess
a highway.
This is true.
Kings
Yeah.
Highway, I
Yes.
believe, is the 401, right?
Is it?
I think so.
I have no
the
idea.
Trans-Canada
Canada
Highway
Highway.
Yeah.
goes from coast to coast. Is the Kings Highway 401?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Is it?
Or is McDonald Cartier? Somebody answer that. Can somebody use their Googler and let us know?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
is the?
We have one more question before we end the set. Let's go to social media and see what people are saying or not saying or criticizing or whatever.
Well, Nicole got verses for us, but I wasn't listening.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah.
I knew I could count on you.
And I figured it out. It was Bruce Greenwood who
Ah.
played Pike
Oh,
in the
yes,
New
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, great Canadian actor.
Let's do question 30 and we'll come back to the social media.
How many Great Lakes are there? Somebody from the great state of Michigan would also know this answer. And there's actually only one lake that doesn't touch Canada.
Now, are these, when they say Great Lakes, are they referring to the actual Great Lakes or lakes that are great?
It could be either.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What, like their Google rating?
Yeah.
Okay.
This lake got a 4.8 on Google. but-
TripAdvisor.
yeah.
This is how
TripAdvisor,
great.
yeah.
This is how great this lake is.
5 Great
Canada
Lakes.
has like over 1 million lakes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And almost everybody got this right. So what are the Great Lakes?
Michigan,
Yes.
Huron,
Yeah.
Superior, Ontario. I'm such a bad Michigander and bad Canadian. And Huron.
Erie.
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 There you go. I already said Huron.
You like my tip off to Erie?
I still didn't get it.
No. I thought he was just taunting
I was like,
you.
I was just
Like,
talking.
that's
I was
mean.
like, spooky?
Why is he doing this to me? Okay. Do we have anything else? Anybody else chatting with us on social media? There, social media master?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Because what were we wondering before? What was the question? Oh yes. Oh yeah. Here it is. Yes, Kings Highway is also 401.
Good.
Oh, well,
okay.
there you go. It was on
Yeah.
there.
Thank you for that. Ooh, dead air. Shouldn't have dead air.
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at Jeff the Red.
Jeff the
Taken
Red is like-
off.
oh my gosh, he's actually. I told you.
Taken
People
off.
named Jeff have a special propensity for trivia and useless knowledge.
So, I
Although
mean-
it
It's
is
true.
Canada Day, so it's not useless knowledge.
No,
This is true.
Some of those other shows have been useless knowledge.
I am
bit.
going to say
Little
this as a kid. You probably didn't have this problem. Tim, you probably didn't have this problem either. As an immigrant child, and anybody else that might be listening, you'd always go to these like the little novelty stores, or you'd go to like Niagara Falls. Nothing would ever be in your name. So Jeff,
That's true.
No,
Jeff
no.
didn't have that problem growing up,
No.
and that might be why he's doing so well.
That's right.
Because you always
you
get
trying-
that magnet.
Are you? You're trying to find a crutch. Oh man. Okay. I just remind everybody that we are still open for snacks.
Food, snacks.
And you,
Fantastic
Tim
popcorn.
and Jazz are,
Mac and
are
cheese
modeling the
pizza.
popcorn. They've been munching on it all show, and I wish I could eat, but I'm talking way too much.
That's
but
what-
You
but
can still eat.
I am enjoying my Canadian Coke Zero.
I like it. Yeah.
And so anyway, yeah, drop by. We're open till 9 o'clock for snackaroos, for pizza, for chicken fingers and fries. We have churros. Churros is a great Canadian invention. Not really.
No.
Not at all. Not
Right
at
up-
all.
right
not,
up there
not
with
even
tacos.
close. Other end of the continent, actually. But we have all of our candy offerings, and you can order them from DoorDash, Skip the Dishes, or Uber Eats. We really appreciate the support. And Bryn's fallen asleep. This is bad.
Yeah, let's hear the.
It's so
We need the
slow
chime
that
to-
Bryn has actually fallen asleep.
You can see her up there on the counter.
It's terrible.
Oh my gosh.
So you know what? Wake her up. Make that DoorDash app chime. Didn't work. That sometimes
It's
works.
coming. It's coming. They're choosing.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're still picking. Pick the pop. The popcorn actually is for our popcorn online is 2 jumbo bags of popcorn.
Yeah, it's
for
like really big,
$9.75.
guys. It's really
huge.
big.
It's huge. It's enough popcorn to supply you for at least a double feature.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to our next set of questions.
Hey,
Ooh.
can you guess the name of Canada's version of the American Bloody Mary? It's funny that it's called the Donald Sutherland cocktail because we were just talking about the
He
Sutherlands.
was.
That's
you were,
true.
Yeah.
The B-52. Was that the mahogany?
Mahogany.
Yeah.
Is there a real thing called mahogany cocktail?
I don't
wouldn't
know.
know.
That'd
I
be
don't know.
weird. Like, what would be? In
What
the
would be
mixture?
mahogany?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. Caesar
course,
cocktail.
it's
Of course, the Caesar.
Yeah.
Did you know that Kiefer Sutherland actually has a drink named after him?
No.
Kiefer Cola.
Kefir cola?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Let's move on.
Got baited on that one. Caesars are getting out of hand. You know, like when you like, 'cause I
The
don't
size.
drink them. I don't drink them, but when
Me
I
neither.
see certain places you go for brunch,
Yeah.
you get like a forest with it now.
Yeah, you do. It's like
That's
a
why I
salad.
think it could be called the mahogany because
That's
it's like
environmental.
the full
Environmentalism.
salad on
It's
top.
true.
Yeah.
It's to increase our canopy cover.
it's true. You
That's
know, you pull out
clearly
your
it.
celery,
That's
you
right.
pull out all this other thing, you pull out like a little baby bird's nest. You're like, why is this here?
Which famous Canadian director made the movie The Fly in 1986?
I got no one on
This
that.
movie's been made more than once.
Help me. David Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg. 86.
Hey, look at
Another
that.
great Canadian director listed
is,
in there,
he is,
Sarah Polley.
He's a very good Canadian, and Sarah Polley is an awesome director now as
Yeah.
well.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, started out as a youngster acting, and
That's right.
moved on to be a film
She
producer.
was
director.
in TV.
She
first.
was Sarah Polley was, I believe, the original Anna Green Gables,
Gables, yeah.
from the CBC series of the same name.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that yes, she's gone on to make feature films and documentaries. She's had some success with her recent documentary, and I can't remember I think the
Oh, the one
Lives
with-
We Live. I think
yeah,
it's
with her
called.
family.
Yeah. Let's move on to question 33.
What was the name of the disheveled, generally cranky character on the Beachcombers? Jeff.
I'm so glad
Jeff.
this question's here.
Jeff. That was his name.
It's not.
It's
Jeff.
not on here, obviously.
It's not Jeff. Disheveled. Okay, I can accept disheveled, but cranky. I'm nice.
No,
all the
you're
time.
not. You're not
Stop it!
cranky.
I'm just kidding. Now I have this weird love for this show.
Relic.
Have you guys seen the Beachcombers?
I watched it a long time ago, but
Okay.
I don't remember much
Well,
about
you're
it.
a BC guy.
That's right.
This all takes place in
BC.
BC. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was about this show. It was so cheesy.
It was.
But I just loved it. Bruno Gerussi.
I was trying to remember the name of the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Relic was quite the character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they should have merchandised and sold Relic toques because he really styled that toque. Oh, look at number 3, third place. We have a new
Team
number.
Timber.
Is that? I think that's a new number 3.
That
isn't
is a new number 3.
it? Team
Ah,
Timber. How
yeah.
Canadian are you?
But it's
Yes.
also a name of a brunch Caesar. You just get
Yes,
full
Team
timber
Timber.
inside there.
Yeah.
Jeff the Red, you're still cooking there, but you know what? Everybody is within, not everybody, but most are within the shooting range.
Yeah,
We still have
absolutely.
quite a
Just
few
within a
questions to go.
couple.
Okay, let's move on to our next question, Mr. Josh.
Which one of these was not created in Canada? We've got some favorites there.
Ooh, cheeseburgers, butter tarts, poutine, Hawaiian pizza.
Favorites? Favorites?
Butter tarts.
Butter tarts?
I would say poutine and Hawaiian pizza are really close for me. But
I do like
I'd say
Hawaiian
poutine.
pizza.
I'd say
And
I
you
do
know
like-
where you can
I
get
do
Hawaiian
like Hawaiian
pizza?
pizza.
right here.
Right here at Film.Ca cinemas. We have
That's
great
true.
Hawaiian pizza. The cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburger.
And now you can add macaroni and cheese to them.
That's true. We're going to be ultra Canadian.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah,
So but I can understand the confusion with Hawaiian pizza.
well, why?
I don't know, it says
Because
Hawaiian in it?
Hawaii's part of Canada.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
It's the 11th province, isn't it?
it is.
I really wish it was.
I know.
Remember-
that's where we get the Canadian hula girl
That's exactly right.
license plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where beavers
She's just
come
wearing
from.
Canada Goose.
That's where beavers come from.
Yeah.
Okay, don't listen to anything I say. Children, if
Don't.
you're listening,
It's all jokes.
This is why we did this one once school was out.
That's
we
right,
feared
yeah.
that you would be misleading
Yeah.
their social
when you,
studies
When you go
classes.
back to September, and by going back, I mean to
They'll be like, thanks, Jeff.
to your kitchen
Hawaii,
table with your laptop.
Beaver.
Yeah. I'm smart because Jeff told me. Let's move on to question 35.
Eilleen Edwards was born in Windsor in 1965, but you know her better as?
I don't believe I did.
Did you even know this?
No, I did not know this. That's interesting.
I didn't know this either.
Now, I wasn't born in Windsor. I just grew up in Windsor.
Fair.
I was born in Port Colborne,
Okay.
which is near Niagara Falls.
Yes.
Yes. That's where all the.
I also
seems like-
was not born in the U.S., so
Where were you born? You were born in the United Kingdom.
I was.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you roam the world until you found the perfect place to live.
I've done the Commonwealth tour.
You're amazing. You're amazing. Shania Twain. I did not know that, and I feel bad.
See?
I feel really bad
Well, a lot
because
of folks didn't
I'm a
know
Windsor
it.
guy.
I
didn't know that.
I knew that one.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I can't remember where I saw it, but there was like a little bit of a history on Shania Twain, and it said that she did change her name.
Well, that's interesting. If I knew that, then one of our kids' names would have been Shania.
Yeah.
I would have named probably Evan. No, I would have named Dylan Shania.
Or Shane.
Or no, Shania.
Shania.
That's okay, because man, I feel like a woman.
Yeah, well, we're not. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's move on to question 36.
What is the longest river in Canada? I don't, you know what, I really did not know this one before.
I know this only because this was drilled into my head in elementary school.
Was it?
Yeah, like there's those sort of, there's very, coloring the provinces and, and I still never got my head around since elementary school that there's now 3 territories. Because when I was in school, there were only 2.
Right.
Now there are 3. Where did the third one come from? They just show up out of nowhere? So it's of course the Mackenzie River. It is insanely long, and I've drawn that with a red crayon many times in my educational career. No comment. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
We didn't want
It
to
didn't
touch on
require
the
comment.
childhood,
It
okay?
didn't require
Yep.
a comment.
Oh man.
When was the last time a Stanley Cup team won? Sorry, when was the last
Last
time
time
a Canadian team
won
won the Stanley Cup?
This one's got to hurt a little bit too.
This hurts a lot.
This one's got to hurt a little.
Yeah. Lord Stanley is spinning in his grave.
Granted, all those Canadian players are playing for U.S. teams,
That's
right?
True.
Right?
It's true. I mean, we're winning
Right.
the cup all the time.
1993. A great year. It's the year my My son Dylan was born, who almost became known as Chanel.
94 was of course, the Vancouver riot because they lost the cup.
The
Oh, I remember
the
that.
following
The first
year.
one.
I remember
Yeah,
that,
the first one, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Remember celebrating Game 6 in Vancouver, and then, of course, Game 7 was played in New York. They lost.
Oh my
Vancouver showed how young
goodness.
it truly is and childish.
So now you're born and bred BCite, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and what brought you out here? Just work? or-
Well, two things. My wife and the industry. Like, there was more going on in Toronto and Ontario at the time. And when we moved out, it was the Olympics. So everything in the entertainment industry had shut down.
Oh,
And-
of course, yeah.
And so we came out here in 2009 to do the Fringe Festival, and there was just a lot of great connections. And we said, well, and her family was out here, and we're like, okay, well, let's make a change. And then,
Nice.
yeah, and I love it. I love
Yeah.
it here.
Well, I'm glad we have I'm glad we have a representative from BC here because
Yes.
Jazz and I, even though from different countries, virtually are from the same neighborhood.
Basically.
I grew up in
Basically.
Windsor. Jazz grew up outside Detroit.
Yeah.
So you literally
Yeah.
could throw a rock across the river at Detroit.
Don't.
Yeah.
That's an act
Don't
of
do
war.
that.
That's an
Don't
act of
do
war.
that because that could
That'll,
be.
that'll get a wall.
That's
Okay,
right. Yes.
So if there's any Windsorites or Metro Detroiters watching, Jeff and I often reminisce about a place called Boblo Island.
Oh, Boblo Island. Oh,
it
I
was
miss
like
Boblo
it's like
Island.
Canada's Wonderland
Yeah.
on an island.
Yeah.
Really?
In the
Yeah.
middle of the two
That's right.
countries.
It was
Yeah.
so much fun to go to.
Right on the river.
It's not there anymore. It's-
No,
not-
they
it's
built condos there now.
Condos, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it shut down when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It would have
But-
been hilarious if you said, no, it's now a prison. We're like, excuse me?
Boblo Prison. I think the original name was Bois Blanc was the original
Was
name
it?
of the island. Yeah, it's again,
Sure.
great school.
Sure.
You got to know these things.
Sure.
If I
And
pronounce-
Detroit was actually Detroit.
That's right.
It's a very French city.
That's right.
So that may have been part of it as well.
The whole area. I mean, there's lots of history down in that area.
Yep.
Amherstburg, of course, was. Anyway, we'll have a Canadian history.
Yes.
Show.
We
We'll
will.
have a Essex County and Southeast Michigan history show.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. You don't want to get us started. We'll be here
Yeah,
forever.
that's right. Jeff, the Reds in first place still, and we are going to question 38.
Ooh, which actor is not
Ooh.
Canadian? Mike Myers, Jim Carrey, Ryan Reynolds, Dustin Hoffman.
Everyone should know this.
Yeah,
Everyone should know this
This
one.
is,
Everyone
this
should
is a
know
gimme.
this.
This is a gimme.
Yeah.
Dead air again.
I know.
Don't
We
let
want-
that happen,
we
guys.
want
Everyone's
this- we don't want to
waiting.
just
Dustin
distract
Hoffman.
them.
Yeah.
Of course, it's
Dustin Hoffman is a great actor, but he's not
Yeah.
Canadian.
No.
no.
And thank goodness everybody got that right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I really like about, like very much Mike Myers and Ryan Reynolds is they highlight the fact that they're Canadian.
Absolutely,
in the films that
they do. Yeah.
You know, I left Jim Carrey out because Jim Carrey I don't think he was given that kind of green light to do it in his movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, with how much Ryan Reynolds references it and Deadpool to Mike
Yep.
Myers wearing, like the jerseys in Wayne's World.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
They're good ambassadors for this country.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jim Carrey's heyday was at a time when it wasn't as cool
No.
Yeah,
to
to be
Because
Canadian.
now it's really cool to be Canadian.
Absolutely.
Mostly
Yeah.
because Jazz emigrated here.
Yes, that's
right.
partially part of it.
That's where it all started.
Yeah.
They said if she's here,
Then
it's
everything's
pretty
fine.
cool. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And thank you. Walt Disney actually created our own superhero. Did you know that? You know what his name is? Canadian,
Walt
our own
Disney?
Canadian superhero, yeah.
Was Captain Canuck?
Nope.
No,
Duke Kaboom
it was Duke
from
Kaboom.
Toy Story.
Well, no, but there is a Marvel superhero.
No, I know, but I'm talking about Disney created us.
Oh, Disney.
Canadian,
Kaboom.
You are missing Disney too much.
I know. I'm having Disney withdrawal.
What is Duke Kaboom's thing? Like, what kind of toy is he?
He is he's like an Evil Knievel wind-up toy on a motorcycle. He's
No
in
way.
Toy Story 4,
And
Okay, we haven't watched
voiced
that
by a
yet.
Canadian,
voiced by a Canadian.
Ah.
Who is it?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
I,
yeah.
See, I held back because I feel like in two
Oh
questions,
yeah, we may have blown something.
Yes.
it's
This is
Nickelback,
true.
voiced by
Yeah.
Chad Kroger.
By Nickelback, the entire group. The drummer. Okay, let's move on to question number 39.
How many time zones does Canada stretch across? I don't know how many, I'm not going to say how many time zones, but I really feel like the rest of Canada needs to get on getting rid of daylight savings.
Yes.
I don't disagree. I think that it doesn't make sense to
It doesn't
continue
make any
this.
sense.
No.
It certainly doesn't make any sense for anybody who has small children.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually quite difficult.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Time to go to bed. What do you mean? It's still light out.
Then you gotta
6
buy,
time
like-
zones.
Yeah.
6 time zones.
That's incredible.
And one kind of half a time zone. Newfoundland.
Oh yeah.
Because it's at the half hour. It always
Right.
confuses me. Okay. And again, we have a lot of Canadian scholars here, I got to say. This
Yeah, we
has
do.
been encouraging to see your Canadian qualifications here. You all pass. You keep your passports. Let's move on to question 40.
What percentage of the world's maple syrup does Canada produce?
Has anybody seen the movie Canadian Bacon
Yeah, yeah.
with John Candy?
That was a good movie.
Maybe.
This is your homework, Jazz. You have to go
Okay.
and watch
I
this
think
movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a very good
Maybe I
movie.
have.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying about it. It's a good movie.
71%.
71%.
Well, it's one of the comments I just read
Oh my
is like
goodness.
I think
Everyone
people were
was
expecting
confused.
more Canadian film trivia.
true.
Like no Anna of Green Gables. We didn't talk about like Canadian Bacon.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we haven't seen anything from Strange Brew yet. Like
Cool, look, 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 look. Okay, Team Timber is in number 3, Uncle Bob's number 2, and Jeff the Red is in number 1.
Team Timber's pulling it out here.
They are. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Oh,
four
this
more?
is
This is 40.
is this 40 or 41?
40.
This
This
is
is
40.
the-
So it's the
yeah.
last question of the second last set. Oh, we only have 40 questions. Josh, what are you trying to tell me? We just
We
did
just
40.
did
Oh, we
40.
just did. We're on a break.
Okay.
Oh, so we're on a break. Man, this is confusing. You know what, folks? The reason why this is all so confusing is our monitor decided to fail. We didn't want to tell you this because we've had so many issues during the show, but it's like the gremlins are alive and our monitor failed, so we can't actually see what the heck is going on. We're not even sure if we're live.
No.
We just have to believe we are.
We just have to believe we are.
Believe.
Yeah. So last call, folks. We have 35 minutes before our snack bar closes. I hope that you will take advantage of some delicious popcorn. And when you call or drop in, yell really loud because Bryn's sleeping at the snack bar, and she needs to wake up because
It's true.
It's not right for our producers to sleep at the snack bar.
No.
You don't want me making the popcorn.
No.
You don't.
No. It's bad. It'd be
No.
bad.
No.
Although I bet you'd make a pretty mean popcorn.
I don't know about popcorn. Maybe the pizza.
The pizza, you do good pizza?
I think I
Maybe
could
we
do
should
the
test
pizza.
that.
Yeah, maybe we
Maybe we
should.
should test that. I'm getting really hungry.
Yeah.
We have 5 more questions left, right?
Yep.
This is pretty cool. And we're sort of almost right on time. And Siri just recorded everything I just said. That's the weirdest thing.
That's pretty incredible.
That's the weirdest
So
thing.
you will also have a transcript of tonight's trivia.
Yes. Transcripts provided by Siri.
I'm also getting, so I'm not checking the time. It's because my kid keeps texting me and asking me to do stuff.
For the answers?
Yeah, not for the answers.
What's
She's
the
like,
answers?
Mama, I don't know where to log in. Now she's asking me, make sure you bring home some popcorn.
Judy, you will get lots of popcorn.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Mom, I'm locked out. Oh my God.
I hope not.
Okay, let's move on to question number 41. And that's a good question. Oh, there we go.
Ah,
Oh,
which
I know.
city
I
in
know this one.
Canada is nicknamed Hollywood North.
It has changed over the years. So.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know, what, yes, it definitely has, and I'm very happy to see so.
Yep.
So basically, we're looking between Ottawa, Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal.
Well, the real answer, of course, is Burlington.
It's Burlington.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be Burlington.
It's Vancouver.
Vancouver.
So,
Which
I mean,
makes sense.
originally, I mean, most of in the old days when, you know, film and television was really at its, you know, beginnings of being a significant industry in this country, is mostly in Toronto. But things switched to Vancouver because of proximity to
Well, yeah, you're
Los
the same time zone as Los Angeles.
Plus
It's
the-
a 90-minute flight.
Yeah, plus the
Sure.
variety of locations.
Well,
I mean,
and
you've got
and
pretty
you
much
know,
everything.
you're like 15 minutes to a city, to the ocean, to the mountains,
Yep.
Sure.
and to farmland as well. Like so,
Yeah.
and you know, when you look at like all the many different locations depicted in the series X-Files, right,
Yes,
which really
yes.
put Vancouver on the map.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
You just
That's right. That'd be a good trivia question.
Yeah.
It's also a lot more temperate there. I feel like our
It's true.
a lot of
weather
rain
swing
days.
a little
Well,
bit
they
more
can
now.
film longer into
Yeah.
the winter months because you're not getting snow, right? You're
Yeah.
getting
Makes
that
sense.
often. You do, but
Makes
But
sense.
Vancouver, we're coming for you. We want our title back as Hollywood North. and
well,
Toronto.
and you know what? Vancouver did lose like around the Olympics. They
Yeah.
lost a lot of contracts,
They
and
did.
a lot went to Georgia, and that's
That's
where we
right.
saw Georgia's film industry just pick right up. And,
Yep.
and Toronto with the new studios being built here.
But with the political controversy, Georgia's now lost a lot of film production.
That's right.
They through. I'm not going to talk about American politics, but it seems the shifting sands there of political situations have changed the dynamic even of our industry. Even with people with Georgia handing out money hand over fist to encourage productions in that state, they've lost a lot just because of some positions that the state has taken. So
Right.
you know, Georgia's loss is Vancouver's gain. Hopefully,
Potentially.
it'd be nice if it was Toronto's gain.
Well, and I think what Toronto did was they kept the tax credit going,
Yeah.
and Vancouver kind of messed around with that a little bit. and-
That's right. I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
The Premier canceled the tax credits
Good.
out there, and Ontario, and the federal tax credits brought a lot of production to Canada.
Yep.
That's and you know a lot of folks they look at that, they see the logo at the end of even American shows, and it says produced with support of Canada. And you know I've heard people say, why would you put tax dollars into like a production made by a big Hollywood studio? And the reality is because it drives a lot of employment in this country.
Absolutely.
It's quite the
Absolutely.
it's quite the economic boost for Canadians.
And it keeps our talent, quite frankly, in our country instead of
does.
having that brain drain. We have a great facility here in Oakville with Sheridan College.
Oh man,
And
we're training
amazing
some of the best
animation,
filmmakers.
right?
Yeah.
In animation, and
Yeah.
like with companies like Pixar coming and stealing basically fantastic Oakville talent. Now they would feel
Well, yeah,
comfortable with staying.
Those grads barely get out of school before they're
Yeah.
getting offered six-figure salaries.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Pixar did take a Canadian animator who won an Oscar. Who
Yeah,
did
that's
Bow, right?
Well, we won several Oscars. That was the most recent one.
Yeah.
But Sheridan's won several Oscars. Josh, do you know how many? You were a Sheridan student, right? Oh, you're not. You're Ryerson. Okay, sorry.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Ryerson also produces some fantastic
Leos.
graduates.
We won Leos. No?
You know, we're very. I mean, between Ryerson and Sheridan, I mean, those are two.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to shut up because I know that I have staff that work and they go to York. Anyway, we have some great film schools in this
Yeah.
country, and
We do.
You know, we're very lucky, and we're very pleased to support them here at Film.Ca. We host, for example, the Sheridan annual film festival for their students.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of fun. We do alumni screenings for whenever the big animation films come out. There's invariably always a dozen or so Sheridan grads
Very
that were
cool.
participating. So we're constantly doing special screenings with before they even come to the public here at the theater. So we're very proud of our film roots here in Oakville. Maybe Oakville should be Hollywood North.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, or
Instead of
Hollywood,
Burlington.
Hollywood Northwest,
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
not Burlington.
No,
Oakville.
not Burlington. Not Burlington.
Okay, let's move on to question 42.
Ooh.
Ooh,
The largest island in Canada.
I thought it was Toronto Island.
Well, it's getting bigger.
It's getting bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is another one of these. They force you to learn this in elementary school. I think it's mostly for trivia games.
It's true.
Probably.
Yeah. Of course, it's
Baffin Island.
Baffin.
Yeah. The original home of the Pingos. No,
Yes.
I'm kidding.
It could potentially be.
We're just
It
gonna,
sounds really
we're
good.
gonna make up our own history. here tonight.
We should do a full backstory for the Pingos.
It's true.
I love the hats. Pingos have great hats. They really do. And they're made in Burlington.
They are.
They are.
Everything in Burlington.
It's
Yep.
a crazy town. Question
It is.
43, please, Mr. Josh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Name two Canadian singers who released different songs titled Diana 28 years apart. Paul Anka, Bryan Adams.
See, now Nickelback's not on here.
Well, yeah, they just
They let that one go.
what a failed career.
I know.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh, well, there you
Paul
go.
Anka,
I like
Bryan
Bryan
Adams.
I see
There
a lot
we
of people
go.
knew that.
Did you know that?
I
Good
did.
on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's easy for you to say you did know that now.
Well, of course. Oh, you were talking before?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Did you really?
I did. Yes.
But it's easy for you to say that.
Well, because I like Bryan Adams.
Well, I'm just questioning your musical. Like, we bring you here at great expense to be our musical expert,
Take back the popcorn.
and you didn't even know verse.
I
had to
was
come up-
on the
I had to
spot.
come up
I was
with a
looking
verse.
at Bruce Greenwood
And,
at the time.
and I'm like tone deaf.
It's true. Actually, the guy who directs musicals was like, "What's the verse?" do the
What are all these
lyrical
What are all these
thingy.
black dots on these barry things? Okay, Jeff the Red still in number 1. Uncle Bob is in number 2, and Team Timber is in number 3.
Team Timber's taken over.
Yeah, they really are. Look
Yeah.
at them. I
yeah.
can't read the numbers for Team Timber.
I don't think they're that far off. They're not far off.
Well, they have to
behind Uncle Bob.
like
They're gonna have to ace
perfect
every,
ace these next
Yeah.
two questions.
But Bob and Jeff are still like they could.
They're-
This
This
could
is
They
change.
could
anybody's
flip flop.
game.
Yeah, they're
Change.
only one
70
apart.
points.
Yeah. I wish it was Uncle Buck.
That would another great film.
I know. I love Uncle Buck.
That was
I-
actually a really good one.
John Candy, man.
He was fantastic.
Why are there no John Candy questions in this?
That's true.
That's true. There should be.
He's one of our favorite sons.
Yeah. If you're looking for, speaking of Uncle Buck, Josh Gad does Reunited Apart. So he basically gets casts of like iconic
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
And he just did Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but also a bit of a tribute
Oh.
to John Hughes. So there's like a nice moment with Catherine O'Hara.
Oh,
It was
nice.
awesome. Some great
I'll have
insight
check
to
that
the
one out.
making
I've
of
seen a
Ferris
few of
Bueller's
them.
Day Off.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them.
So not a Canadian show, but somebody needs to do the remake of Saved by the Bell.
Yes.
Actually,
They had
Someone
a
needs to.
failed,
Yeah.
They had a
they had
failed
a failed
reboot.
Next Generation
Yes.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
but
didn't
I
work.
think they need to bring it back.
Jimmy Fallon did it on a show a couple of times.
He did?
Yeah, but no, they haven't done it, but they should.
I think that we should do an 80s trivia.
we should do an 80s. That'd
Oh,
be a
I'd
lot
love
of
to
fun.
do
80s
that.
trivia, add in some TV trivia as
That's
well.
right.
80s or 90s, like we could do a 90s
the
one
80s,
too.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to question number 44. 2 more questions, folks.
See, this is what we were just talking about.
This is the province that everybody should follow,
Exactly.
right? No daylight savings. We don't need it. I wonder how much of the world is
Babies
not
rebel. in
Yeah,
that
they do.
province, though, because they say, what's going on? It's supposed to be lighter now.
Yeah. No.
Dead air again.
Well, we're letting it soak in.
We are.
Saskatchewan.
See, first with the healthcare, now with the daylight
Yeah.
savings.
They're just leading.
Saskatchewan leads
Leads.
the way.
Yeah.
Leads the way.
I wonder how much of the world is not DST.
I think it's because they can see
Maybe.
the world
Maybe.
the easiest.
Pretty much.
They
There's
can
nothing
see
in their
farthest.
way.
Nothing's
That's
in the
it.
way.
Yep.
That's
I like
that
it.
should be their slogan.
There's nothing in our way.
Nothing in our way.
Trademark, 2020, Jeff
Yeah.
Nolan, Tim Caddy.
Yeah.
And Jasvinder Singh. We'll share the trademark. You can register it.
I can register it.
Fantastic.
Yep.
We'll save some fees.
Yep.
Oh, that should have been our first prize.
Yep.
What's that?
A legal retainer with Jasvinder
Well,
Singh.
that's why I said I'm not going to offer the legal retainer because I feel like I'm going to get too many bites.
Yeah. Well, and you know the only reason that we brought you on board is because I don't want anybody suing us for
That's
any
true.
of the,
Yeah.
the hilarity. That
And
goes
I can
on.
say that I'm actually here and I
That's
heard
right.
it and it
You
didn't
heard-
happen.
She heard. She's a court officer, folks.
Yes.
Don't mess with her. Okay. Let's move on to question.
Last
45.
one.
Last question, folks.
Here we go.
Which actress is not Canadian?
We have 50 questions.
Wow.
We have
oh,
50.
Do
This
we?
is a false start, folks.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
no.
There's a few more questions.
All right. So
They're all thinking that we're.
we're in overtime. Very
They're all probably
Canadian.
going, we're done with these characters. We're out of here.
That's
but
it.
you have 5 more questions. I'm so sorry.
I wonder who it is. This one I don't know.
I know this one. Jennifer
Ah.
Yeah. Ellen Page, Anna Paquin acting together in X-Men.
Jennifer Lawrence,
Yes.
she was Katniss, right? In
She
Yes,
was.
she was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was. I will say this, more so than even actors, I feel like the comedic talent coming out of Canada is A+.
Oh well, we
in comparison.
are the capital of comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
You
say
know,
so.
Capital C, Canada, comedy.
comedy.
You know,
Yeah.
but I mean, we have some of the best comedians ever.
Absolutely.
And,
I totally
It
agree.
will always be that way.
Yep.
We own Hollywood.
It's true.
And
Yeah.
they might as well just give it up now.
Yep.
Let's see. Jeff the Red's in number 1. Uncle Bob. Nothing's
That
changing.
is not. It's so
Nothing's
close still.
changing. It's
Oh
so
wait,
close.
that's yeah. So
Oh, it's very close.
80 points between the two.
Wow. You know what? We wrote off Team Timber a few minutes ago, but you totally can still nail this with 5 more questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's way closer than we expected.
Okay, let's move on to the unusual question 46. This is consider this bonus time, folks.
Yes.
This is bonus time because you normally
this-
only get 45 questions. No. At Film.Ca, we're giving you 5 bonus questions, no extra charge.
And this one's for Nicole, who asked, why was there not more about Anne of Green Gables? So
Well,
there we go.
And we have some.
We'll get the answer to this. Funnily enough, some same-do family trivia. We last year went to PEI
Oh, nice.
and got to visit the Anne of Green Gables house.
Really?
Very nice.
Where it was actually not shot.
Right, of course.
And I did not know that. We thought that they were actually in that house. And the reason why they weren't in there is apparently they couldn't fit
Yeah.
the cameras in how small those rooms were
That's-
because it was
that's-
such an old house.
That's the
Right.
problem with
Yeah.
location shooting.
So they...
Not so much now, though. With digital
Yes.
cinematography, you
Yes.
can do a lot more.
You
but,
can do it differently
Did you ask
now.
for your money back?
No, we didn't.
Okay, good.
No, we took a really funny picture because as you
Took a
know,
lamp.
Jeff... Yes.
I'm going to take this lamp.
We did. We took our payment that way. Jeff is also quite tall. My husband is, I think, very similarly,
Yes. He's a couple inches tall.
maybe a
right?
couple inches taller. And back then, homes were much smaller, as I
Yes.
mentioned. And there's a picture of him with his head, like, basically walking through the door. And, like, the door jamb is, like, here. So it was actually really
I
funny.
imagine that his school photos are a lot like mine as well.
Probably,
Yeah.
with him towering above everybody else.
Like, almost like they hired like a giant. To
Yeah,
show up,
absolutely.
yeah.
I don't think it was like that initially. I think he shot up more in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I haven't
Yeah.
grown. I haven't grown a centimeter. See, Canadian.
Ah,
I haven't grown a
metric.
centimeter since I was 14.
Well, there you go.
So it's crazy, eh?
Huh.
You were this tall, 14?
I was this tall, 14.
Wow.
Hyperglandular. I don't even know what that means, but just, I just like saying it. Hyperglandular. Okay.
Okay.
Question 47.
Heaviest animal on Earth that calls Canada its home. Heaviest?
The heaviest animal.
Well, I don't know.
That's an interesting question.
What if the animal just said, like, I no longer want to be Canadian?
Could be.
Yeah.
That's true. Or maybe it just said I don't want to be the heaviest. That
don't
would be
want- yeah.
hard. I wouldn't want to be known as the heaviest.
No.
I
Kind
don't
of
think.
rude, actually.
It is.
Like, why should you be judging people on their weight?
Well, they should not be.
No.
A blue whale.
Blue whale.
I'm sorry, blue whale.
Yeah.
That's why it's
Sorry, blue
blue.
whale. He's blue. He's blue
Yeah.
because people judge him this way. They say,
People
you,
bug me."
You, Mr. Whale, you're the heaviest thing in Canada. That's just sad. Okay, question 48.
Ah. Which Canadian fave is made of pork loin coated in cornmeal? I did not know this.
It's a beaver tail.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
That's fresh.
That's fresh.
If you're just like
Yeah.
shaking the cornmeal right at the tail.
I don't actually know what some of these things are.
Lardon? Lardon's bacon. Speck is ham.
Is it?
Rashers is bacon as well.
How
It's a
come
pea meal, yeah.
There you go.
you're more Canadian than I am, and you're not even born, you're born in Michigan.
100%. There's a lot of
just-
I thought you were
brunchers
born in
out there.
Michigan.
We
Just
should
born
have
in
a
the UK.
foodie one.
Oh, that'd be
with
fun.
Trivia. That would be good.
Yeah. Every answer should be
Yeah.
popcorn.
It would be. It would have to be. That and wine.
Set up a chef.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could have like an Iron Chef showdown.
That'd be amazing.
That
We
would
should
be really
totally
good.
do that.
Oh, look at all these 43 people who knew the answer.
Well, I
Two
only
more questions.
I mean, I knew this, but anyway, I didn't know what any of those other things were. I'm bad Canadian. Bad Canadian. Okay, let's move on to question 49.
How many Canadian provinces do not have marine coastlines? That's a good one. That's a good one to think about. But I think you actually learned this in the citizenship test. Because when I remember I'm a newer Canadian citizen, and I remember having to learn something similar to this.
When did you become a Canadian citizen? What year?
I think it was 15 or 16, I want to say.
So this is before they had like the iPhone, like you test your knowledge kind of things. 'Cause
Yeah,
you-
I don't think
there's
there
actually,
was
you
one
can get
then.
tests, and I mentioned this because I'm going
Yeah.
to tell you a story,
Sure.
a very short story. But so a neighbor of mine is a citizen of New Zealand, and he's getting ready to do his Canadian citizenship, and he says, "Well, you're Canadian, you know lots about Canada. Can you help me with this?" I said, "Well, there's this cool app, and you can score yourself with the app, and it's actually by Immigration Canada." And he did better than I did.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
It was funny because I remember going to work and telling people that I had studied for the test. And I was like, oh, did you guys know? I don't even remember what the question was at the time. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, it's this. And they were all wrong. Every single one of the natural Canadians was
Well,
wrong.
you know what? I made a point. I
Yeah.
made a point of going back and studying
Yeah.
the questions and where I was deficient in my answers.
Yeah.
I had no idea that William Shatner was actually truly an alien.
Yeah.
No?
I thought he was from Hawaii. Yeah.
Well, that's the 11th province.
That was the other
11th.
thing that we
11th
needed
province,
to know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the answer to the question was, I can't read it.
Two.
Two.
2.
So Alberta and Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess that is the only thing in Saskatchewan's way is if they have boats.
Yeah, they can't have boats.
get anywhere.
Are there boats in Saskatchewan?
I hope
Maybe
not.
on a lake? 'Cause there's
Well,
a
they have
million
lots of
lakes.
lakes. They do
They
have
do have
lots
lots
Yeah.
of lakes.
Maybe on a lake. They just can't go anywhere.
No.
No, it'd be a very short
They're
trip.
just in circles.
Yeah. They have no locks in Saskatchewan.
No.
No, definitely not.
Pamela Anderson's in number 3. What happened?
What happened to, what was it, Timber?
It was the Timber.
Team Timber.
Team Timber. Pamela Anderson, you just jumped up there.
Funny story about locks. So we go to Ottawa. And so this is me, the first time I go to Ottawa, I'm thinking it's going to be like Washington, D.C. in size and scape.
Oh, man.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I had to go there for a business meeting. So this is like almost 10 years ago, I want to say. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be just like this. And somebody was like, oh, we can just share a cab. And I was like, no, I'm staying at such and such hotel. You guys go ahead. It can't be close by. It was literally like, I was like, okay, I didn't realize how close this was going to be.
We have a compact capital.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we literally, the only thing that separated us was the locks, basically. the little lock bridge was what separated the two hotels.
It's one of the things that makes Ottawa such a cool trip to go.
It
on.
is. It's fantastic.
Because everything is like really close by.
It is,
You
and it's a lot of fun.
You don't really need public transit. You can just literally walk from,
Yep.
the Supreme Court to the House of Commons,
Yep.
to the Chateau Laurier. I mean, it's
and there's a cool little market right down there.
There's the
and-
Byward Market, which
Yeah.
is like awesome.
It is. It's so
Love
much
the
fun.
Byward Market. And Zach's Diner, one of my favorite
Zach's
places.
is great.
Zach's is awesome in the Byward Market.
I'm a huge fan, and it may just be an Ottawa thing. I'm not sure if there's one close by. I don't think there is. It's a place called Bridgehead Coffee.
I haven't heard of that.
Bridgehead is right there. It's right. It's in the Rideau Center as well, and like all around the streets. But they are just they're like master roasters. They're so good.
Very nice.
I know you don't drink coffee,
I don't drink coffee.
so you may not have noticed it.
No,
but I loved it.
I
I'm addicted
love the
to
Coke
coffee.
Zero from Ottawa.
Yes,
They've
that
got-
would be
They've
better.
got some really great Coke Zero.
Yep.
It's pure.
It's pure Coke Zero. Anyway, it is what it is.
Fresh.
Yeah, so I mean, if you haven't visited our nation's capital, it's Canada Day.
Yep.
Make some plans. You're
Yeah.
certainly not leaving the country anytime soon.
No.
Exactly.
Ottawa's open for you. Okay, so we are about to go to our last question. Josh, can you confirm this is the last question,
This
please?
is actually the last
okay,
one.
thank you.
No more OT, people.
If
No,
Bryn-
th-
if
there
Bryn-
are 5 more questions.
If
This
Bryn
is
wasn't
just in.
sleeping at the snack bar, we would have known instead of embarrassing ourselves in front of the whole world. Anyway, okay, let's move on to question number 50.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Longest
question.
Longest
Good
serving
way-
prime
good question to end
minister. This is a tricky one because I think a lot of people would think a certain number or a certain letter.
Q?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably Q, or maybe potentially.
I was thinking Q.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
quite like
26 to
Z
choose from.
as well.
Z would be
Not
a
Z.
good choice. Yes, it would have to be Z. Mackenzie King.
King.
See, I think a lot of people would have chosen Pearson.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
11%.
But, yeah, oh, he's not even second. I guess a lot of people thought Pierre.
Well, he was the longest, but did you know that that his dog was the longest serving political advisor in Ottawa?
That I
His
believe
little
they
dog,
took.
I believe his name was Pat, little dog Pat, I think was his name.
I think they believe in taxidermy as well.
Well, the dog was gone and he was
Yes.
still talking to him.
See, there you go.
There you go.
Taxidermy. People.
Is it no more taxidermy?
Okay, folks, so our winner tonight is Uncle Bob.
Good job, Uncle
Yay,
Bob.
Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob.
But you know what? It's stunning because it was a reversal in the last couple
It
in the
was.
last seconds.
And
because-
Team Timber pulled it out.
Oh, wow.
Good
look
job,
at that.
Team
This
Timber.
is surprising.
Yeah.
So, Jeff the Red, you let me down.
Ah.
All Jeffs are disappointed. So, Uncle Bob, you're getting 10 boxes
10.
of craft dinner.
Great job.
So,
What's that a boot? You just did that.
it's a boot the hoose, actually. Yeah. So, and Jeff the Red, you will be the recipient of all of this lovely Canadian Canada Day adornment, and you must
Yes.
take it.
Yeah,
You
by
must take
9
must.
o'clock
or
tonight.
we will find you. And Team Timber, you've won the best prize of all. You've won some passes to Film.Ca on that day, on that glorious day when we finally get to reopen safely and
Yep.
with your health in mind. So I want to say some thank yous Not you two. I want to thank Josh, our fabulous producer tonight. Thank you, Josh. And Bryn, our sleeping producer. You can hear her. Hold on. And I do want to thank the two of you. Thank you very much to
thank
Jazz
you.
Thank you
Binder,
for having
Jazz,
us.
Sandu, my pal, and colleague at from Ward 7 on Town Council. Thank you for
Thank
being with
you.
us tonight.
Thank
A lot
you
of
for
fun.
having me.
And of course, Tim Cadney, our own trivia co-host that's been here most of our shows.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
all of them in
All
some
of them?
capacity.
Oh, true. No, you were.
No, actually, I wasn't
you
here
were
for the
for
one with
Disney.
Tyler, but I was playing.
Yes,
so
you
I
were.
got to.
Oh, you were. Oh, so you
The
could
Disney.
score everything.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, our next show is on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I believe it's Saturday night.
Oh.
Is it
it's
Saturday
like
night?
right-
It is Saturday night. Bryn, the producer, has woken up, and it is Saturday night.
We
7
are
o'clock.
back.
7 o'clock here at Film.Ca,
gosh.
and she's not even drooling after her nap, which is awesome. So join us again on Saturday night. We want to say once again, think about picking up some masks from our friends
Yeah, I
at
gotta-
Don't Show That Underwear Mask Again.
Put it on my
You can put it on.
face. This is
Go visit
horrible.
our friends at Vikings, plural, supply.com. Noah and Jacob. A couple high school students
Look
and
fantastic.
brothers who have created their own business, and they make some amazing masks.
Did you know they learned from their Nana?
That's awesome.
Yeah, they
But-
went to their Nana. I guess their Nana was making them some masks in their family, and they were like, Nana, can you teach us how to do this? And they turned it into a business.
That's
and they learned it,
awesome.
and they sew them themselves. Nana does not do them. So that's pretty cool.
Bryn, what are you saying to me? You can actually.
Oh, I know. We know. One more thank you,
One more thank you.
Jenna.
Oh, how did I forget Jenna?
Yeah.
Jenna is like responsible for making sure that we're all looking great because she does our social media.
She's been
She
fantastic.
organizes all the questions, and she almost single-handedly is keeping Film.Ca cinemas alive on social media.
That's awesome.
True.
So we want to
Thank you,
thank
Jenna.
Jenna, our social media and communications manager, for doing the awesome job she always does, and thank you for being our voice at Film.Ca cinemas. Well, guys, we have a few hours left of Canada Day.
Yes.
Yes.
Why don't we put on our masks and go absolutely nowhere?
Yeah.
But go visit vikingsupply.com and pick up some masks. This is the cool thing about this is that it proves that masks don't have to be ugly.
No.
Yes.
They can. You not only are they a great safety device, and not only will they keep everybody around you safe. It's an easy thing to do to help really deal with COVID.
Yeah.
And I mean, I strongly encourage everybody to wear a mask when in public, as much as possible. Especially when you can't socially distance, but as much as you possibly can. And now you can do it with some style and pizzazz
Yes.
with the selection of wonderful masks from vikingsupply.com, an Oakville-based young couple entrepreneurs. We want to support them. So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
see everybody again next Saturday night for MCU Trivia here at Film.Ca cinemas. Good
Happy
night,